Today I want to share some of my story with you, and thanks for Roger for inviting me. And with God's grace, I pray that some of this information maybe will be useful for you and may it bring glory to His name. As my dad showed you, the go to the ant chart has been pretty important in our family. In a little bit, I will be asking you some questions. These questions are to ask yourself, and I'll give you some scripture verses to go along with that. But first, let me tell you a little bit of my story, and then we'll get back to those questions later. I own my own business. It's called Colson's Fudge Factory, over in Argo, inside my family's restaurant, Pitmaster's Wings and Barbecue. I make my own fresh fudge. It's made with real cream and butter, and you can connect with me on Facebook. Having my own business allows me to meet a lot of people, and one thing that I hear on a regular basis is, "Wow, I can't believe you're actually 13." Or, "Wow, I can't even get my 18 or 20-year-old to even mow the grass." You see, I discovered that it's very common to find someone younger like me. It's very uncommon to find someone younger like me that has their own business. Now, my purpose here tonight is not to brag or tell stories about me, but I would like to point out that it's at God's grace that I'm here tonight to share some opportunities with you. I've always been around business my whole life. Our family's owned restaurants and food trucks for about 10 years, and prior to that, we've owned several big flea malls. Way back when I was young, at 7 years old, I started having my own business, doing one thing or another. I started a Kool-Aid stand. I sold cold drinks Kool-Aid for $1. Quickly saw that Kool-Aid plus ice plus water plus a paper cup was only costing me about 25 cents. And I was selling them for $1, so it was very, very profitable. I continued to sell more Kool-Aid, and I saved a part of my earnings. Later on, I began a different business. It was a hat toss game, kind of like the ones that you see at a carnival. And my family owned a large fun center with redemption games in it. So what I did was somebody would walk up and they would I'd give them 10 cards and they'd give me $1, and then they would try to throw the cards right in the hat. And so our family owned it. It was kind of like a Chuck E. Cheese, but we had great barbecue instead of pizza. And I did various types of games during this time. Later on, I was 11. My dad helped me set up a fun foods business. I did fresh squeezed lemonade, snow cones, roasted nuts, and things like that. I did that for about a year and a half next to our food truck. I took those earnings and I was able to purchase my own commercial fudge kettle and the related equipment so I could make my own homemade fudge. It's my great-great-grandmother's recipe. I also participate in weekly networking meetings. I participate in the Trustful Chamber of Commerce and several other networking meetings. And this year, I was to receive an Outstanding Customer Service Award of the Trustful Chamber of Commerce. And it was February this year. Again, I only say this to bring attention to how God's blessed me and how God is so good. Now, before I get to my closing, are all these questions from the Go to the Ant chart that my dad showed you. I want to say a couple more things to encourage you that are listening to me. I realize that the Lord has given me special gifts, just like He's gifted each and every one of you. But I do want to encourage you, if you do want to earn money, and we all do, it's a wonderful thing. But the Bible teaches us the love of money is wrong. Having money and blessing it for God's kingdom is a good thing. Chasing money for your own good is wrong. And that's what most people do. Have the right motives in your heart and you'll be fine. Now here are some very simple business ideas to help you all get started. Thinking about earning some extra money, who knows, maybe it'll turn into a full-time business for you. One thing that you could all do is, you could have a yard sale. You clean out your garage, or your old toys that you don't use anymore. You could sell those. You could do a lemonade or Kool-Aid stand like I did. Find a busy street. Or baked goods are a great seller. You could do cupcakes, brownies, anything like that. You could clean out garages or workshops for neighbors or family members. Or you could mow the grass for family members. You know, Roger can't mow all the grass, and so I bet he'll need help. You could wash cars, open up your own car wash, or anything else you can think of. So I encourage you to work with your parents on this. The key to these things is being diligent, obedient, to actually getting things done and following through. Now let's go to those questions from the Go to the Ant chart. The Go to the Ant chart is Proverbs 6:6, Go to the ant, O sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. And the ant chart is, here's one, serving God. Are you doing less than your best? Ezekiel 9:10 says, whatever you do, do it unto the Lord, be the best. So be the best you can be. If I'm going to be a fudge maker, then I'm going to be the best fudge maker that I can be, and do very diligent. Another one is gratefulness. Are you complaining? 1 Thessalonians 5:18 reminds us, don't complain, be grateful, give thanks in all things. And honesty. Are you making excuses? Proverbs 22:13. In business, give an honest day's work and don't slack. Humility. Will you work only if there will be a reward? Acts 20:35b says, do your parents have to bribe you to do your duties? It's better to give than to receive. Perseverance. Are you not finishing the job that you started? Galatians 6:9. It's easy to make a plan, but hard to stick to it till the end. Don't grow weary and stay on the course. Obedience. Are you not paying attention to instructions? Proverbs 4:1. Listen and obey your parents. If we can't be obedient to our parents, then we can't be obedient to our Heavenly Father. And thoroughness. Are you doing a sloppy job? Proverbs 22:29 says, if you're going to do anything, do it to the best that you can do. Be thorough. Initiative. Are you waiting until someone asks you to do your job? Galatians 6:10. Do all things without asking. If you see something that needs to be done, do it. Consideration. Are you treating another person the way that they would like to be treated? Luke 31. Think of others first. In all things, think about how you would like to be treated. Redeeming time. Are you spending too much time on certain activities? Ecclesiastes 3:1 reminds us there's so many distractions around us, especially our age. Phones, video games, internet, movies, Facebook, sports, etc. Anything that you can think of. God created times, so we need to be careful and not waste it. Responsibility. Are you trying to get someone else to do your work? Philippians 2:3 reminds, remember to think of others first and do all things you are responsible for. Take responsible and be helpful. So I'm going to turn it over to Roger, and I have several papers here for y'all.
Yeah, also you get.
Yeah, and I have fudge over here, so everybody can grab some fudge.
All right, did you have anything yet?
All right,